Good morning, fellow zombies. Are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? Well, you notice I've got some more visitors happening in my place. Yep. It's 7:19 in the morning, Sunday, the 7th of June, 2026. Yesterday was June 6th, where our vice president over in Normandy was supposed to be, not vice president, but the Secretary of Defense. Oh, I'm sorry, we have to call him the War Secretary, don't we? Super twit. Anyway. He goes off with the mouth that pisses off people in France and Normandy, concerning about his fears, America's fears, and Trump's psychosis going crazy over immigrants. And he goes crazy over the damn thing. I can't find exactly what the hell he said, except I know they've got him on video. I wanted to see the text. I've got stories talking about it, but I wanted to see the entire text, what the hell he said. I'm still searching. I wanted to see somebody else getting the text for it, so I can read it, try to figure out what the hell this guy's major malfunction, except he came over here with a damn agenda of terrorizing Europe, saying, well, you gotta fear the immigrants. You gotta keep Europe pure. Like this fucker doesn't study history, does he? No, the son of a bitch doesn't care about history. Oh, he cares about a little bit about it, but he doesn't understand it. Human beings are migratory. If the anthropologists have been studying this one like crazy, trying to tell us what's going on, is we bounce from place to place to place. Even in modern times, we bounce from city to town to city, state to state. We're migratory. We have examples of it. Hello? But no, they won't worry about the skin color and the angry and the racial tendencies and everything else going on in their damn heads. They want everybody else to be fearful and paranoid. Makes them feel comfortable in their own damn world of insanity. Are we having fun yet, boys and girls? I don't know. I figure this guy's a real asshole anyway, in the first place. But he comes over spouting off that crap to people. No wonder the people in Normandy went nuts on him. Wanted him out of the way. That wasn't bad enough. Nick's actually got into the championships, ready to win games. Or wants to charm iron. Trump wants to share in that because him being a New Yorker, he should be there. Problem is, his popularity is so damn high that I'd rather be throwing basketballs at the guy. Just for the fun of it, make a dodgeball. I know it's a hell of an idea right there, throwing basketballs at the President of the United States. Not for him to get engaged in the game, but for him to be the target of a game. They don't want him at the Knicks. They don't want him at the Garden. They don't want him anywhere. In 2 hours, you got to get there 2 hours before you can get your seats. Just so you can go through security screenings because he's going to be interrupting things because he wants to see the damn thing. Well, here's the thing concerning my presidential security, guys. Even if Trump wasn't going over there, let's just say that we actually had, let's just say that the Knicks had won during the time when Obama was in office. Obama probably wanted to see the game because maybe Chicago Bulls wanted to get over and kick ass on the New York Knicks. And let's just say it's about the third game. Obama wants to see the game. Maybe he was a basketball player because he had a basketball court in the White House. A lot simpler modification to the White House instead of plowing the damn thing over and making damage. Fuck. But even then, if you had Obama over there, or even President Biden, or even President Kamala Harris, just for example, okay? Just for example, you would still have to go through a 2-hour screening for TSA. They're not going to take any chances They don't want to take any chances. It's not the TSA, it's the Secret Service that's going to be throwing you guys under scrutiny here because they want to make sure that whoever's got the job of President of the United States has got to be protected. If he's going to be at the game to see it for a few minutes, even for a few minutes, you got to go through the screening to make sure that nobody's bringing anything else to cause harm to the guy from the audience. Doesn't matter anything about the players, so. But they probably screen them as well during that time. But this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. But in reality, the popularity of the President of the United States, of the current guy, having the gas bag, you know what I'm trying to say here? President Trump, a.k.a. gas bag, or trash bag as I call him, wants to see the Knicks. What pisses me off is not the amount of money that people are paying for seeing the Knicks games. I mean, when you see a championship game, yeah, that's a lot of money seeing it. That's always a lot of money to see it. He discounts people and saying, "No, you can always see it live on television. You can always see live on television. You can always see live on television." Well, I want people to come to my birthday party to celebrate. I want a wrestling thing. I want a concert. I want. He's already got people dropped out of him. They don't want to participate in celebrating President Trump's insanity birthday. He's not going to have that much military out there. Surprised they'll have court martials going on. For those who get honored by going, they'll be ordered. They won't be happy about it. It's one thing if you happen to see the White House in its pristine condition and you know the president's a good guy. Problem is, we've got a rotten, sorry son of a bitch that's getting us into so much trouble right now. It's not even funny. The agricultural department that got nailed by Musk. We got rid of all those damn inspectors. Well, now our beef industry is dying. Yes, you heard, dying. There's a parasite that's taking these animals out and making the meat worthless as hell. So now we're taking out the cattle industry. And we already took out some businesses left and right. So beef is going skyrocketing left and right. But yeah, we can get it imported, but we're going to be paying more and more money for that. So the American way of us living is going away. This is not just billionaires. I blame it on Trump still. We voted the bastard in, but I also blame the voters for this shit. They haven't taken any accountability, transparency, or responsibility for their own demise. I've still got people pushing shit down my throat on social media saying, buy this and buy that to celebrate 250 years. Well, maybe the United States of America should crash and burn. Let us remind our countrymen what's at stake here. I've heard the whinings and wheelings and squealings and everything else coming out of the independents, and hardly that much out of corporate media. Because the billionaires don't want to hear about it. They should. They don't want to hear about it, but they're going to. They put the independents on a watch list or on a government hit list in the White House. Worse than that, you have them interfering with the United States Postal Service, ordering them to screen people. Who's going to be able to vote and who's not going to be able to vote. Proposed changes. And how your mail's being. Well, I'm sorry, but do we have enough mail personnel to do this shit? Or we're going to be hiring temps to do this thing. Temps for government work. It's bad enough that certain areas of the government has to sacrifice areas just to keep up with its security concerns. Try this one that keeps floating around there in the social media. A lady who was on her doorstep in Washington, D.C., protesting Trump peacefully, just sitting down on the steps and protesting Trump. A property that she's rented, but it's still her place, it's still home. And then we got these D.C. wannabes, the National Guard wannabe cops, haranguing her because they dared to say something against the President of the United States. And they called in Washington, D.C. police, and police said, no, let her go. She's got every right to do so. I wouldn't have been surprised if the National Guard says, well, you're under arrest for treason. Treason? It's the First Amendment, asshole. You swore an oath to the Constitution of the United States. Well, the First Amendment's part of that Constitution. I swore an oath to the President. Well, then who's the traitor now? Who's the traitor now? You swore an oath to the Constitution, or did you just swear an oath to the gas bag? Both. Well, now you're in conflict, aren't you? No, I'm not. I support Trump, but I'll support his Constitution. What was the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States? Freedom of speech. And what do you think this woman was doing in the first place? She's going against Trump. She's got to be arrested. She's a dirty, rotten traitor. Have you seen her shrink it? Like, I'm not doing it. I'm arresting you for treason because you went against the Trump. And this is the kind of mindset we're getting in right now. This is the kind of mindset we're getting into the military right now. They're going to be coming with so much psychosis, it's not going to be funny. I'm not a shrink. But split personality is not a good thing, especially when you swore an oath to the Constitution first, when you signed up, and not to the gas bag. Swore an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States, but not to mention the people of the United States as well. Not attack them. This is the thing that we kept talking about for months, for years since Trump got in office the first time. How the Constitution is going to be viewed, and how the Constitution is going to be displayed to a lot of people. How is it being affected by all these damn changes? First Amendment protects us from government reprisal. If we have a grievance against the government, we have to address it. And we're not supposed to get reprisals. We had this basis because we couldn't address our grievances to the king. The king would shoot you or hang you or do something. Give orders to the redcoats, and the redcoats would do their job. We had no representation. We sent representation over to England, and it said, who are you again? We're the colonists, assholes that you want everything out of. Ah, well, we're still getting everything out of you. What's the point? We're not represented very well. Well, you're not here. That's the problem. You're not here in Parliament. You're not here addressing the grievances of the king. We are here. Here's the Declaration of Independence. We're telling you what's going on. Oh, that's Central. Well, good luck on your the grievances, but, you're not here on England soil. You know, the reason why we left England to start the colonies in the first place is because you guys weren't listening to us in the first place. Why do you think Cromwell had that damn revolution in the first place, you assholes? Cromwell was full of idiots. We have Parliament. Well, beyond that such a thing. And besides, we can keep the old king in charge. Tell that to the redcoats outside the damn Parliament are going, oh, they're just no gods. No, they're coming after you, ass. And then they're coming after me. Well, I understand why they should be coming after you, but they can't be coming after me. I'm a lord. You're not a commoner? No. They're coming after you anyway. Then why would they do that? Because he's the king and he's an asshole and he's coming after you. Well, I say. But we had to fight for our rights. We had to fight and had it bloody. We may have lost homes, but we rebuilt homes. We had to rebuild relationships. We had to build up a government system. We went against the system of England. to recreate our own system that could work. Granted, it's fits and stops left and right, but we were still trying to get the bugs out throughout the centuries. And here we are, going to be out to be celebrating 250 years. 250 years, guys. Give me a few seconds to think about that one. 250 years. In my lifetime, I've already spent 50 years of it. A portion of it. I celebrated it back in 1976 as a 10-year-old. A 10-year-old. And I got to witness the 50th anniversary. And I barely remember what the hell it was, except a car accident during that time and spending time at school. And I don't remember too much about politics or fun at parks. Maybe I did. I don't know. I have to search my memories for what the hell happened when I was the age of 10 years old. Because I was at school. It was a year before Star Wars. And we may have gone to a fair and watched fireworks. Came back home. And it was a big deal. It was a very big deal. And somewhere, I got a pin. Celebrating 200-year anniversary of the United States. You can rarely find them on eBay. But if you can, good luck. Because, to me, it's a representation of 50 years, of me being on Earth 50 years. Age 10 years old, celebrating 200 years of our country, that we were still struggling for everything. We're struggling for the gas prices, struggling for the food and rent. We're struggling through OPEC. We were just getting past Vietnam. We're in the space race. We're trying to keep the peace in different portions of the world while trying to watch out for the communist Red Scare. If that wasn't bad enough, we had to deal with Cold War nuclear threats. That scared the hell out of us. Let's see, it was Ford, and then Carter came into office. 76 was an election year. Was it 74? It's every 4 years. Well, we had to deal with OPEC. Prices were down, but people still complained. We didn't have mad cow disease. We didn't have any parasites that were affecting these cows so much that they were contaminating them to where a beef industry was about to be destroyed. We didn't have bird flu at the time either. Nor were we picking on another country at the time just for the fun of it, because we had something going on. Or we didn't massacre the White House. Or any other portions of Washington, D.C. We didn't start putting up someone else's name because we needed an ego to feed, or change airport names, or change this, or change that. No, but we did have a guy growing up to be a con artist to do all that to us in this age, in this time period of 2026. We did have it in the papers. Thought there was a murder in New York Central Park. 5 people. And I'll sound racial at this point. 5 black people. Misaligned, mislabeled, misjudged, and definitely not the ones. But we had a racist son of a bitch back then, who's still a racist son of a bitch in charge of our government, theoretically. Not to mention dismantling the damn government. Now, back then, he was just a real estate broker. He was just a real estate guy. He knew real estate. Bullshit. He was conning his way through shit. You know, he used his family's money to help him get through shit. Until he made his own damn shit from conning people left and right, courtesy of his family heritage. and he misaligns 5 people. Full-page ad made sure that New York turned against him, and they did. And then they found out they were innocent down the road when they did their further investigations and found out these guys weren't the ones. But their reputations were already blown to hell, and Trump was laughing his ass off because he's a racist son of a bitch. It was proven. These 5 black guys never did anything wrong. Now was in my time I was growing up as a kid. Here I am, 60 years. And I see him still trying to misalign people who don't like Trump, who don't worship the Trump. I don't worship him. I don't like the son of a bitch either. I think it was a con job. When he got his show on NBC4, The Apprentice, I wasn't watching it. Because I didn't like the gas bag. I didn't like what the hell people had to do to prostate. Yeah, there's a P word in there somewhere. Prostitute themselves in front of Trump to be part of his empire. Otherwise, they're fired. Well, fire my ass, motherfucker. Go ahead and fire my ass. I've been fired. I've been laid off. I ain't working anymore. Health is deteriorating left and right, both physical and mental. I'll be walking around a walking, talking cripple who's losing his fucking mind while feet's falling up because of gangrene. Mistreat your body for so long, your body's going to start killing you eventually. I'm discovering that the hard way. Still trying to keep up with the maintenance, but it's not too damn good of a job. And if I'm not mistaken, here's one thing that'll piss off the old Trumper. Bed bugs. Oh, I can say something about bed bugs on that one for another time.